Good afternoon. Welcome to Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Episode 4. When emotional cutoff ends, the disorienting return to feeling. Core question: why does feeling again feel so unsettling? Healing doesn't feel like relief at first. So what happens when the cutoff ends? Grief shows up late. So you may have to go back through some of the initial feelings that you experienced before, meaning it's almost like you're re-feeling the things that you thought that you had settled and had been put away. Anger surfaces quietly. Maybe you're not really understanding how all of a sudden something that you thought was settled and done and over with now suddenly feels like it's reopened fresh, and that you find yourself being angry. And ultimately, a lot of people don't like to feel angry because angry feels like a bad emotion, a negative emotion that can almost kind of overtake you at times, depending on how angry you are and the fact if you feel like justified anger. I will say that anger comes when you feel like you've been wronged, when you feel like you've been misunderstood, when you haven't been respected or treated properly, and you feel like it's unfair, unjustified. Additionally, know that the other side of the coin to anger is hurt. And hurt and anger go very well together. I know that I went through a period of time where I actually struggled with some anger because I felt like a lot of people who had mistreated me were getting away with doing the things that they had done. And I'm a person that believes in fairness and inclusivity and things like that. And it was really difficult for me to manage that. But ultimately, if you give anger its time, if you give sadness its time, you can work through the emotions, whether that's tapping, if that's one of a technique that you would potentially use, or journaling, or affirmations, or just trying to figure out what will actually make you feel better and more whole, because that is what everyone deserves, to feel whole and to not experience just like raw emotions that just kind of disorient you. And then joy almost feels unfamiliar just because you're going back through things that you thought you had settled. But joy will come back. Joy will come again. Especially, the more healing you do, the more cultivation. And also if you need to seek someone to talk to, definitely look into that, especially, whether it's a professional or whether it's someone that you trust. And also I want to normalize the fear. Many women want to shut it back down. It's normal to be fearful about certain things. Just kind of address it head on, because ultimately, if you try to ignore it and stuff it, it's going to come back whether you're ready or not for it. So ultimately, allowing it to have its time. It's kind of like that annoying little brother who's like knocking on your door and you're like, oh, okay, come in, let's talk, let's get this done, let's move forward. And then also I want to reassure you, feeling doesn't mean you're regressing. It means safety is increasing, and safety is important to get you back to where you were. Only better. Remember that, only better. Let's talk about a recovering perfectionist mama system truth. Emotions return when they're finally allowed. And ultimately, we can't suppress emotions forever, nor would we want to. We would miss out on joy. We'd miss out on happiness. We'd miss out on, just fun and just feeling comfortable. So what helps? Being slow with yourself, taking your time, naming your emotions without fixing them. Because emotions are neither good nor bad. We have to kind of move through them at a steady pace. And letting emotions pass without meaning making. You don't necessarily have to say, okay, I'm angry because of this, or I'm sad because of this. You can let them pass without giving them any major meaning. So final reparenting line: I can feel this and I'm still safe. Again, I can feel this and I'm still safe. So in closing, The goal isn't intensity. The goal is being alive without fear. Because fear, you don't need to be fearful. And it's okay to be fearful too, but at the same time, try to find, maybe do some gratitude practice if that's something that you might be into to kind of get your mood up a little bit. So, thank you for tuning in to episode 4. And I appreciate you all hanging out with me and sticking with me. If you have some ideas for stories, feel free to drop them in the community. You know that I interact with the community quite a bit and that I enjoy responding back to your comments. And I appreciate this community very, very much. I know when I first started, I talked about building a community, and you guys, boy, have you shown up. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it a lot. And again, hope you have a great day, and hopefully you tune in soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.